Hey Bible lovers, I'm Tim Nichols. I'm here to bring you your Nichols Worth, and today from Thomas Nelson, we have the Verse Art cover collection in the King James and the New King James. Now some of the King James are not quite out yet, but I do happen to have one of them, and all the ones I have are in the rough cut cowhide, but they do offer these also in leathersoft in various colors, and they're really slick. So I'm going to start off by showing you my favorite one, and this is the giant print center column reference Bible. This thing has a 12-point font, and it's got the classic look with the center column reference. The reason I like this one is just because I like the wrinkles here, and when you're going to get rough cut cowhide, you want it to kind of look rough. And this one just really checks all the boxes for me. It's not really deeply embossed, but what they did is they used a stamp with heat to kind of get these letters in there. And they each have their own individual Bible verse for the particular layout. So let's take a real quick look at this one. A couple of things that I love. Okay, number one is the liner is synthetic, and then you have, this is the rough cut portion. There's no perimeter sewing, it's all cut and just left in the raw. I just think that's a really neat idea. Another thing that's really cool about this is they did not gild the page edges. So that really takes a lot of pressure away from trying to keep this thing pristine. These are designed to take a beating. These are designed to get beat up, banged up, and this cowhide's just going to kind of roll with it. It's going to wear with it, and it's going to get those nicks and dings that cowhide gets, and it doesn't matter because that's how it's supposed to look. So now you have your center column references. You have your 12-point font, which is right on the verge of being a large print versus a giant print. So this is my favorite giant print size. It doesn't feel comically large, but yet it's large enough to be good and readable. Then when you get into your paragraph format, you can see a very large, this has about 5 words per line. So that is going to be a compromise you're going to make whenever you get into a double column giant print setting. In the poetic settings, you're even going to get fewer words per line. Sometimes you're only going to get like 1 or 2 words per line. But again, that's a compromise for that large print. When you get to the New Testament, it is a beautiful red letter. The red letter is not my favorite aspect of a Bible, but when you do it right, it actually can be quite beautiful. So when you get to the end, these are all blocks that have existed before. So you're not looking at a new block, you're only looking at a new concept when it comes to the cover. So of course it has your concordance and your maps. So now let's take a quick look at these others. This is the thin line Bible. This one is almost the same as my favorite layout that has the 11-point font, the double column, thin line, but check it out. Now a lot of the consensus that I'm getting is these would probably appeal to more teenagers. I am a 48-year-old adult male, and I happen to think these things look fantastic. I love how these are more deeply embossed, and I really like that the heat gave it that accent darker brown. Just really nice. So again, you're going to see similar things. You're going to see the rough cut cowhide. Now one thing about the ones that are deeply stamped, you're going to see it on the other side. That's not a big deal. This one happens to be tabbed. And this is a 9.5 font, so this is a little smaller than the large print thin line, but still a very excellent layout. It has minimal notes and references, so those are going to be kind of out of the way. They're all at the bottom, and just really nice. And again, this one is a red letter. So let's take a quick look at the red letters. You can see they're nice and dark. Then we have 2 personal sizes. We're going to look at these at the same time because they're essentially the same layout, but one is the King James and the other is the New King James. And the verses on the covers are appropriate to their translation. So let's take a quick look. Double column. And the King James sports a 10-point font, and the New King James also sports a 10-point font. You can see the layouts are very similar. It's going to have a really nice ability to be read. And when you compare it to a standard size Bible and its size, you can see it's about an inch shorter on the top and about the same all the way around. So this is a more of a personal size layout. But you don't really compromise on font size, which is really nice because the font on this one is actually larger than the thin line. So when you get into the New Testament, take a quick look at the red letters. Again, beautiful in the New King James and beautiful in the King James. These are line matched, and as you can see, they have the full set of references and notes. So you're going to get all the bells and whistles that you expect. Once you get to the back, you're going to have your concordance, you're going to have your maps. And one thing that I may have forgotten to mention is that they do come with 2 double-sided satin ribbons on each of the Bibles. So pretty nice. Now on the New King James, you're going to notice that it has a dictionary concordance. So this one has a little bit extra to where not only does it give you the concordance, but it gives you word definitions. So this one, the NKJV personal size, is pretty slick. So I absolutely love these. I'm looking forward to seeing where this series goes and where they go beyond this. I'm also hoping that eventually they'll offer some with a rough cut cowhide without any wording on the front, just to give you that option as well, because I know some of you would really be looking forward to that. These are sharp. I love them. I know I say that a lot, but I love Bibles. It's hard for me to dislike a Bible, but these I especially like. There you go. Keep calm. Jesus on his Nicholsworth.